Ever wondered how to ace your finances without a rigid plan? In this video, discover the secrets to financial success that don't just fit into a one-size-fits-all mold. Watch as I share my 15 personal money rules that transformed my life. These rules aren't about strict limitations, but about crafting guidelines that adapt to your lifestyle, values, and aspirations. For instance, one of my rules is prioritizing saving without sacrificing enjoyment. Imagine being able to save for your dreams while still living life to the fullest. Subscribe to never miss out on practical financial tips tailored just for you. Remember, it's not about restriction, it's about empowerment and finding your financial freedom. Like, subscribe and join the community as we navigate towards financial well-being together. Number 1. Always have 1 year of emergency funds in cash. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 was a real shock to the job market. Over 22 million jobs disappeared practically overnight, leaving many people caught off guard and unprepared. It was a tough situation that taught us a valuable lesson. Being ready for unexpected events is crucial. One significant piece of advice that emerged from this experience is the importance of having an emergency fund. When times are good and you're earning steadily, it's a smart move to strive towards saving enough money to cover a whole year's worth of living expenses. This might seem like a huge goal, but having this safety net can greatly reduce the stress and worry that come with financial uncertainty. However, I understand that setting aside a year's worth of expenses might seem extreme or unattainable for some. That's why it's crucial to adapt this advice to your own situation. Maybe your number 1 rule could be ensuring you always have enough money saved to cover at least 6 months of expenses in case of emergencies. These rules aren't set in stone. They're about finding a financial strategy that works for you and helps you feel more secure and in control of your finances. Number 2, save 10%, invest 20% of gross annual income. When thinking about managing money, it's like dividing it into 2 parts, as per the advice given. The guideline suggests saving 10% of what you earn and investing 20%. The part you save, that 10%, is for shorter-term goals, things you might want or need in the near future, like building an emergency fund, planning a vacation, saving for a car, or preparing for a down payment on a house. On the other hand, the investing part, 20%, involves putting your money into things that have the potential to grow over a longer period. This could be a retirement account or investing in stocks, historically known to provide better returns compared to leaving money in a regular savings account. In this perspective, saving helps with immediate needs, but it's the investments that hold the potential to significantly increase your wealth over time. Number 3, pay cash for large expenses. When it comes to making big purchases, think a luxurious holiday or a shiny new car, my philosophy revolves around having the necessary cash in hand before taking the plunge. Now, having the cash doesn't always mean doling out physical bills. I appreciate the perks that credit cards offer, especially their rewards. However, the golden rule for me is to never slip into debt for these significant buys. It's about ensuring that I have enough funds available to clear the entire purchase without delay. Now, when it comes to housing, while it might not be feasible to purchase a house outright with cash, I firmly believe in being financially prepared. That's why I advocate for having a substantial down payment, ideally at least 20%, before venturing into home ownership. This approach helps me feel confident about shouldering the responsibilities of owning a home without being burdened by overwhelming debt. Number 4, don't question every purchase. Life's all about finding those little pockets of joy that add sparkle to our days. For me, it's diving into a captivating book, taking those extra steps to look after my health without sweating over the expenses, treating myself to a delightful array of appetizers during meals out, and standing by my friends by contributing to causes close to their hearts. These moments, they're like little bursts of sunshine that make life more vibrant, you know? When these things bring genuine happiness, I've learned not to stress over their cost. It's about embracing these simple pleasures that add flavor to life without getting bogged down by the numbers. So, it's more about savoring those tiny moments that bring a sense of richness to my days, making them truly special. Number 5, fly business class on long flights. You know, there's this cool idea about flying that I really dig. It's all about choosing business class, or first class for shorter flights, if the flight lasts more than 4 hours. And let me tell you, I'm totally on board with this. Why? Well, firstly, business class is like flying in ultimate comfort mode. But the best part, the extras are amazing. Picture this: free food and drinks, no worries about paying for checked bags, and access to those fancy pre-flight lounges. It's like getting a bunch of awesome flying bonuses. Number 6, buy the best and make it last. Here's a smart idea I really support. Whenever you can, go for the best quality version of something, and then stick with it for as long as possible. Why does this make sense? Well, the good quality stuff tends to last way longer than cheaper alternatives. And guess what? In the long run, it saves you money because you won't have to keep replacing it all the time. Plus, using something of high quality usually gives you a better experience overall. But here's a twist I'd throw in. Before splurging on that top-notch item, make sure you actually need it. For example, if you're trying out a new hobby, it might be wise to start with more affordable equipment. Once you're certain that hobby's your thing, then you can upgrade to the better quality gear. It's like testing the waters first before making the big jump. Number 7, don't cap spending on health. Don't set a limit on how much you spend on looking after your health. The reasoning behind this is pretty simple. You've got just this one body, and taking good care of it is super important. So, the idea is not to restrict yourself when it comes to spending on things that keep you healthy. It could mean investing in a good gym membership or buying better quality food that's healthier for your body. And here's the thing. It's not just about physical health. Mental health counts too. So, spending on things that support your mental well-being, like therapy or activities that help you relax, is also part of this idea. In short, when it's about your health, whether it's physical or mental, it's totally fine to spend a little extra if it means taking better care of yourself in the long haul. Number 8, work with people you respect. It's important to work alongside people you respect. Here's the idea behind it. When you're financially independent, you have the power to pick who you work with. You don't have to stick around with people you don't like or respect. You can choose to collaborate with individuals who really deserve your time and attention. That might mean hiring the right folks, parting ways with those who aren't a good fit, or even leaving a job that doesn't match your values. Now, it might take a while for most of us to reach that stage of financial independence where we can make these kinds of choices. But hey, it's a great goal to aim for, right? Picture working in an environment where everyone you team up with is someone you truly respect and look up to. That's definitely a goal worth striving for. Number 9, live outside the spreadsheet. Once you've sorted out your personal finance spreadsheets, automated your savings, and have everything running smoothly, it's time to enjoy life. Here's the idea. Make spending time with your family, friends, and doing things you love a priority. You've put in the effort to organize your finances and make things efficient, so now it's time to reap the rewards. After all, the whole point of managing your money smartly is to live a fulfilling life. So go ahead and cherish those moments with your loved ones. Dive into hobbies that bring you joy and relish the experiences that make life special. Remember, the ultimate goal of getting your finances in order is to create a life where you can enjoy these precious moments to the fullest. Number 10. Don't micromanage, just earn more. Absolutely. Saving and investing have limits to how much you can optimize them. However, there's practically no limit to how much money you can potentially earn through your job or business. Usually, your job or business can offer higher returns compared to the stock market. Here's an example. Say you find a savings account offering 4.01% interest instead of 4.00%. The difference might seem tiny, but it won't make a significant impact on your savings. However, if you double the amount you save each month, going from $500 to $1,000, that can create a much more noticeable difference in your financial growth. Some people choose not to invest in physical real estate because it requires significant time and attention that could otherwise be focused on their primary business. Moreover, real estate doesn't always guarantee a higher return compared to taking a more hands-off, passive approach to investing. Once you've covered the basics, like starting to invest early and picking a sensible mix of assets, like stocks, bonds, etc., it's good to move forward and focus on other aspects of growing your wealth rather than continuously fine-tuning your investments. The key is finding a balance between optimizing your savings and investments while focusing on avenues that offer the most potential for financial growth. Number 11. Revisit your allocation every 10 years. Rebalance annually. Revisiting my asset allocation every 10 years allows me to assess and possibly readjust my investments. If I feel the need for changes before that time frame, I implement a rule, a 6-month waiting period before making any adjustments. This cooling off period helps me avoid impulsive decisions influenced by short-term market fluctuations, ensuring that any alterations are based on my personal financial situation rather than reacting to market ups and downs. Additionally, annually rebalancing my portfolio is crucial. As some parts perform better than others, I purchase more of the underperforming assets to realign them with my target allocation. Occasionally, I might need to sell some of the overperforming assets, but I consider the tax implications, particularly in taxable accounts where selling assets with gains could result in taxes owed. This strategy helps me maintain a steady investment plan that's not solely reactive to immediate market movements, but rather focused on my long-term financial goals and circumstances. Number 12. Keep fees as low as possible and only pay for advice hourly. When choosing where to invest, I pay close attention to 2 types of fees: expense ratios and advisory fees. The expense ratio, a percentage representing the fees associated with mutual funds or ETFs, might seem small but can significantly impact your returns over time. For instance, a 2% fee over 25 years could wipe out nearly 40% of your total earnings, behaving much like compound interest but in reverse. To counter this, I opt for low-fee index funds with an average cost around 0.07%, aiming to minimize the impact of fees on my investments. Regarding investment advisors, there are 3 main types: commission-based, fee-based, and flat hourly rate advisors. I steer clear of commission-based advisors who earn by selling specific mutual funds, as their recommendations might be biased towards higher-paying options. Fee-based advisors charge a percentage of managed assets, potentially eating into your returns despite offering good advice. On the other hand, advisors charging a flat hourly rate could be more cost-effective, especially if you need occasional guidance. In my case, I find managing my own investments quite manageable by sticking to simple strategies, which often eliminates the need for a costly advisor. Number 13. Pay in full. No debt besides a mortgage. Starting without student loans after finishing college is a big advantage because it's easier to avoid getting into debt when you don't have any in the first place. Debt can sometimes make it hard to manage your money and keep up with payments, so not having that burden can be really helpful. There's this idea that not all debt is necessarily bad. For example, you could borrow money at a low interest rate, like 3%, and then invest that money somewhere else to potentially earn more. But in reality, it's not always easy to do this. Sometimes it's tempting to spend more than you should, and it can be tough to actually invest that extra money wisely. So for some people, avoiding any extra debt helps them keep a handle on their regular expenses and feel more in control of their finances. To save up for big things we want to buy in the next couple of years, like a new car, we've set up separate savings accounts. Having these specific accounts helps us save up for those things without mixing the money up with our regular spending. Also, having an emergency fund, that's like money set aside to cover about 6 months of our usual expenses, gives us peace of mind in case something unexpected happens, like losing a job or having a big medical bill to pay. It's like a safety net for our finances. Number 14. Create a job you don't need to retire from. I once had a conversation with a former classmate at a college reunion, and she shared her plan for financial independence, retire early, FIRE. She worked in investment banking and aimed to work really hard for 10 more years, save a ton of money, and then retire early to pursue what she truly wanted to do. While it's cool to think about delaying some fun stuff for a bigger reward later, life is happening right now, and we can't be sure about the future. Even after retirement, there's a whole chunk of time to fill, and figuring out how to spend it might not be easy. For me, I prefer exploring what makes me happy now rather than waiting. Doing work that I find fulfilling, even if it pays a bit less, helps me avoid relying on the idea that someday I'll be happy if I achieve certain goals. Does your job have to be your ultimate passion? Not necessarily, but there's a big difference between doing work you genuinely enjoy and doing something you really dislike. It's about finding a balance between enjoying what you do and not just chasing after a distant dream that might not guarantee happiness in the end. Number 15. Marry the right person. Your partner in life is not just your life companion, but also your financial teammate. You know, having different views about money is actually one of the top reasons why marriages sometimes don't work out. So here's the thing. It's super important to talk about your money beliefs and values with your partner way before you decide to get married. These conversations can be about how you both see money, like how you spend, save, and handle finances in general. When you're on the same page about money matters, it can help strengthen your relationship and avoid potential conflicts in the future. It's like building a strong foundation together, making sure you're both headed in the same direction financially before taking that big step down the aisle. Now, if you're eager to learn more about achieving financial literacy and uncovering the secrets to financial success, don't miss out on the next video in our series. It's packed with even more valuable insights and practical tips to guide you on your financial journey. Remember, your thoughts and experiences matter. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your feedback, questions, or personal experiences in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest videos. Thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.